Drinking liver oil from a cod doesn't sound very appealing, does it? Unless if it's drinking the very same day that in which it is. How many of you guys have ever tried cod liver oil? How many of you take it regularly or daily? You are not alone. What used to be considered a delicacy and prized as a miracle oil for many ailments is now smelly, disgusting, and putrid oil. Because as the oil sits, it gets rancid, and that gives it its smelly and disgusting taste that most people are distracted away from it. From the 1970s on, we have seen a serious decrease in the amount of people that have daily intakes of cod liver oil. If you ask your grandparents, they may know about it or know people that have used it way more than is used now. Most people let their taste buds dictate what they eat and what they drink. How many of you guys like to eat chocolate? See, a lot more show of hands. The truth about cod liver oil was discovered back in the late 700s and 1100s during the era of the Vikings. They were the first people to discover the true facts and miracles that medical conditions and ailments that you may face could be treated with this oil. As early as 1789, the medical profession began touting the benefits of cod liver oil. In the following decades, cod liver oil became widely accepted as treatment for rickets, healing wounds, reducing joint pain, and fighting colds. Why is this so? It's because cod liver oil is high in certain nutrients such as vitamin A, vitamin D, and omega-3, which is healthy fatty acids that have a numerous amount of benefits. So many of you may be wondering, why is cod liver oil special than any other fish oil? That's because normal fish oil, such as from salmon or even including whales and seal, come from the tissue of the fish, whereas the cod liver oil comes from the actual liver. But people don't like the taste, so pharmaceutical companies in recent years have been trying to find and extract the most beneficial vitamins from the liver in order to reduce taste or increase taste and reduce the undisgustingness of the oil. So research has shown that this comes in 2 of the 3 omegas, EPA and DHA. They made these into capsules, which you can buy in a normal store, and most of you have probably seen or take, such as like little vitamin pills or little capsules. But however, that is not as healthy as the actual fish oil itself, as in a bottle, as seen here. These bottles you can buy at Trader Joe's or any other store for the most part, and they're only $10. So it's not that bad of a price for all that, plus all of the healthy benefits you get from all 3 fatty acids, which are EPA, DHA, and ALA. What these 3 fatty acids do is they counteract the high levels of omega-6, which is found in most of our bodies, and is in the majority of all of our diets. So if eating more of the actual, more Mother Nature way is healthier, why don't we eat the actual liver of the cod? That's because the cod is caught in Norway, and for many of us, it's not a solution to go fish every day and catch fresh cod. Therefore, we have to resort to the next best thing, which is going to a local grocery store and buying a bottle of cod liver oil. So what is cod liver oil good for, and what are its benefits? Well, there is a whole plethora of benefits, and I'm going to start right with it has the right kind of fats. Omega-3 fatty acids in cod liver oil makes the skin glow, it increases vitamin and mineral absorption, and it boosts the immune system. It also helps in reducing calories. This is because the healthy fats trick your brain into thinking that your body is full, and really it's not. So therefore you eat less, and hence reducing the amount of calories you absorb. It also is good for the brain, because your brain is fueled by fat. And with the healthier fatty acids, It's better nutrition for your brain, which helps it grow better, unlike going to Chick-fil-A and getting that kind of fat, which is not good for you. It also helps to reduce chronic inflammation because it suppresses the proteins that are often associated with inflammation. And that's because cod liver oil is high in vitamins such as vitamin A and vitamin D, which have antioxidant properties. But it doesn't stop there. Healthy fats also help with slowing the breakdown of carbohydrates into sugar, which keeps blood sugar levels stable. Which brings me to another benefit, which is no more arthritis. A German study, which included 43 patients with rheumatoid arthritis who ingested 1 gram of cod liver oil every day for 3 months, found that patients experienced a decrease in the pain intensity of their stiff joints. Researchers at Cardiff University found that cod liver oil helped reduce pain and cartilage damage caused by osteoarthritis, as well as reducing the need for joint replacement. And it also helps with your eyes. Several studies have shown that omega-3 supplements, which are those 3 fatty acids that are very important, help support eye health and prevent age-related macular degeneration. Other nutrients found in preventing age-related macular degeneration are carotenoids, which minimize damage and reduce the risk of developing age-related macular degeneration, in which cod liver oil is also very high in. Both omega-3 and vitamin A protect against vision loss and inflammatory eye disease like glaucoma and age-related macular degeneration. And going down the body, it also helps with heart. Research published in the journal Lipids concluded that ingestion of 1.5 grams of omega-3 fatty acids per day resulted in a decreased progression and an increased regression of established coronary artery disease. Studies show that omega-3 attributes to lower risk of heart disease, and more benefits include that they reduce triglycerides, which omega-3 can help reduce by 15 to 30%. It helps lower blood pressure, and it increases HDL cholesterol, and it prevents plaque formation in the arteries, helping reducing the risk of stroke and heart attack. It also helps healing wounds, so there's no more need for Band-Aids. Scientists concluded that topical application of 25% of cod liver oil ointment significantly accelerated both the epithelial and vascular component of healing compared with saline. As mentioned before, it helps with the brain because of its high amounts of vitamin A, and a link between vitamin D and cognitive performance was identified in a study published in the Journal of Neurology, Neurosurgery, and Psychiatry. The authors concluded that vitamin D may play a key role in maintaining good function at old age. Fun fact, it also helps with tuberculosis. A study in 1848 revealed that cod liver oil could be an effective treatment option for tuberculosis. The disease was stabilized in 18% of the population tested, compared to the 6% that was stabilized in the control group. The big thing nowadays is cancer, and lucky for you, cod liver oil can also help reduce the risk of cancer. High levels of vitamin D have been associated with this risk of cancer, and one study showed that vitamin D can be found both in the sun and from cod liver oil, and even though you can get the majority of your vitamin D from the sun just by going outside, cod liver oil contains key nutrients that can only be received from these fatty acids and vitamin D. Another big problem in today's society is diabetes, in which a great source of healthy fats, which is cod liver oil, can help control insulin resistance, inflammation, and manage glucose levels in the blood. A study published in the Journal of Pharmacy and Pharmacology 2007 found that giving diabetic rats cod liver oil for 12 weeks acted as a natural diabetes treatment. Prior to cod liver oil, rats experienced elevated sugar levels, high triglycerol, and high cholesterol concentrations in their blood. Cod liver oil helped manage the rats' weight gain, prevented lipid abnormalities, while also controlling insulin sensitivity and other factors. It helps improve bone health by helping absorb the calcium in your bones from drinking sources such as milk. It just aids that. And if you're not convinced yet, I'd like to conclude with 3 examples in which this works. The first example is my grandfather. He had this scabby bleeding patch on the side of his temple, and it was bleeding constantly. It was really awful looking, kind of nasty to look at. And he began rubbing cod liver oil on the sore every day, and 1 year later, it went away, it never returned, it left no scar, it was perfectly normal. My mom bought a horse 1 year, and the horse had a scaling patch on the side of its neck, about the size of a grapefruit, pretty large, and it was bleeding, no hair would grow. They went to vets for 4 years, they tried every single ointment imaginable, nothing worked. My grandfather started rubbing cod liver oil on it. 7 months later, the horse's patch was healed, it no longer bled, and hair started growing back. And the final example I'd like to conclude with is we had a dog who had hot spots and ear infections. We started giving the dog cod liver oil, and his hot spots went away, and his ear infections went away, and they never returned and never came back. So I'd like to make a quick toast to the benefits of cod liver oil. Now, it's a good smell. Just to prove that what I'm talking about is not pleasant.
Oh my god.
So shaky.
Oh!
Beautiful.